Bayley, we take on Doncaster Rovers tomorrow night at Oakwell, our final group game, of course, in the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. This competition has provided opportunity for younger players, and that's the case for you tomorrow night. Just how does it feel to be involved in a fixture like this, first team fixture in a really professional environment?
I think it's really good how the manager puts his trust in the younger boys, and he has faith in all of us, and obviously seen in the past rounds how well that we've done. Like Ollie Wilkinson started against Man United 21's done very well. Connor Barrett started against Huddersfield in the last round, done very well. Jonathan Bland, Vimar Yuganathan, all them names, young lads doing well. Yeah,
and as a fellow young player, and they're your teammates, of course, within the academy, how does it feel to sort of see them out there? And I imagine there's a sense of pride. It's not yourself, but some people that you're really close to doing really well and doing great things.
Yeah, obviously it's good because I lived with Vimar and Jono last year in Diggs, and they were great lads, lovely boys. So it's just good to see them doing well. I'm really happy for them, and I hope to follow in their footsteps.
Yeah, and for you, how do you approach these sorts of occasions? Because you're still a young player, you're still gaining experience within the first team environment. How do you deal with sort of that mental side of it? Because I imagine there's a lot more pressure and there's a lot more eyeballs on you. How do you sort of put that to one side and just deliver your performance?
I just try and stay calm and try and play my football, because that's who I am, and I just want to be a confident, aggressive footballer and do well in my career.
Just back to the youth element of it, is that sort of a big benefit of playing for this club, is that there's a pathway, that there's going to be opportunities. If you deliver and you're good enough, you will get that chance to play out there with the first team.
Yeah, definitely, and it's just all about when your time comes, just grab it with two hands and grab it as hard as you can and do the best you can.
And this fixture obviously throws up a sort of abnormality, you could say, with the opposition manager tomorrow evening, your dad. And we had it early on in the same competition with Davers and his son playing for Manchester United. But I imagine there's been a few good conversations around the dinner table in the last few days.
Yeah, it's been quite good, to be fair. I've had a few messages about little info about the team, and I haven't said anything. So
yeah, I was going to say, does he? How hard is it to be sort of talk to him about the game, and just because you're talking to your dad, and he's your dad, and he's been followed your career from the start, talking to him about your football, but then you've got to be quite careful about this one, haven't you?
I've had to be quite nonchalant with him, just not give him as much information as I usually would, because in a league game I'd usually tell him the team for my 21s team or the first team, and he'd look at the stats and stuff and the goals and all of that, and because that's what managers do at the end of the day. That's their way of scouting and seeing what the other teams are about.
And of course, he's not just your dad. He is also a former Barnsley player. Did really well here at his time at Oakwell. So there's sort of that to sort of contend with as well. Just from your point of view, how much do you know about his time here, and sort of how often does he sort of speak about that and what he learned at the club and how he found it?
I'm not too familiar. I think I was quite young at the time, and I don't think we came to many games. And to be honest, I was too busy running around the players' lounge with Ziggy.
Yeah, is it sort of strange? We've got a lot of players in our academy who sort of fathers played for Barnsley. You got Josiah with Bruce, and then you got Ziggy with Rob, and then yourself and Grant, of course. Is it sort of a bit weird when you've got sort of your dad's playing together, and now you've got the kids playing together?
I think it's quite good, like how the generations are staying in the same environment, and yeah, it's good that because you always got to keep friendships in football, and you never know when you're gonna need it.
Yeah, and of course tomorrow night, out of the competition, we already know that, but is it a chance to really lay a marker down for you personally and the team to sort of say this is what we're capable of, and sort of just keep yourself in the back of Daryl's mind?
Definitely, and there's plenty of people watching, so gonna go down tomorrow, put my mark down, leave a good impression, and hopefully get a good result.
Well, Bayley, thank you for your time. Best of luck tomorrow night, and we'll see you in action.
Appreciate it. Thank you.